A very ideal question that is asked for 5 marks. Integrate both sides of equation 1. Log E n by n naught is minus lambda t. I called it as the decay constant. Hello students, let us continue further our walk on the chapter of nuclei. In this session, I am discussing very important concepts like the radioactive decay law, decay constant, half-life, and so on. So, pretty important session, right from the point of understanding the subject to the point of scoring marks in the exam. The discussion today will be very concrete and important. Now, the first concept that I start discussing today is something called radioactive decay law. One of the very favorite questions of the question paper setter, a very ideal question that is asked for 5 marks, radioactive decay law. My dear students, what was radioactivity? In yesterday's session, we learned that radioactivity was a phenomenon of spontaneous disintegration. Spontaneous disintegration of the nuclei of an heavy element by emitting certain radiations. And the radiations emitted may be alpha, beta, or gamma. Fine. Now first let us try to understand the statement of the law, the statement of the decay law. The statement says the rate of disintegration. I simply don't talk about disintegration. Rate of disintegration, rate of decay of a radioactive substance. Rate of disintegration of a radioactive substance at any instant of time. We are talking about the rate of decay, disintegration, or breakdown of a radioactive substance at any instant of time is directly proportional. It is directly proportional to the number of atoms present at that instant of time. Slightly absurd to understand, but if you follow the example I give, it is very, very easy to understand. It says rate of disintegration of a radioactive substance at any instant of time. At any instant of time is directly proportional to the number of atoms present at that instant of time. Now, what do I mean by this statement? Please to follow this example. I have a tank which is filled with water. So I say these are the molecules of the water. And this is the outlet. Please to understand the rate of flow of water will be faster. The amount of water coming out of the outlet will be faster when there are more number of molecules present. As the number of molecules goes on decreasing, the outlet of water, rate of flow of water also decreases. Alva? Such a beautiful phenomena. Maximum number of molecules iddaga rate of flow of water will be faster. As the number of molecules decrease, the flow of water, the rate decreases. That is all what the law says. Rate of disintegration is directly proportional to the number of atoms present. More number of atoms in the substance, the rate of decay is faster. As the number of atoms goes on decreasing, the rate of decay decreases. Nodi, very beautiful. The rate at which the radioactive substance disintegrates, decays, is directly proportional to the number of atoms present in that substance. If the radioactive substance has more number of atoms, rate of disintegration is fast. As the number of atoms decreases, rate of disintegration also decreases, and that is what is the statement of decay law. Now, let N naught be the initial number of atoms. N naught be the initial number of atoms present when the time t is equal to 0. Adartha, initially, to begin with, when the time t is equal to 0, there are n naught number of atoms. So let n naught be the initial number of atoms present in the sample. Initial andre to begin with. when the time t is equal to 0. Now, let n be the number of atoms remaining in the sample after a time t, after some time interval, after disintegration has happened, decay has happened. N is the number of atoms remaining in the sample. So very clearly, N naught, initial number of atoms, N number of atoms remaining at a time t. Then what did the decay law say? Rate of disintegration, rate at which the atoms reduce. dN by dt is directly proportional to n number of atoms remaining in the sample. Now, there is a proportionality symbol. How do I eliminate this proportionality? I have to introduce a constant. So the constant I introduce is lambda, and write dN by dt equals minus lambda n. ಈ proportionality symbol ತೆಗೆದಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ. I have introduced a constant, and that constant is called lambda, where lambda is decay constant. What is lambda called? Decay constant. And what does that negative sign implies? It shows as time increases, the number of atoms decreases. Disintegrate ಆಗಬೇಕು, reduce ಆಗಬೇಕು. So the negative sign shows as time increases, the number of atoms disintegrate. Now, rearranging this expression, bringing n to the denominator, taking d to the numerator, I have dN by n is equal to minus lambda dt. N is brought to the denominator, dt is taken to the numerator, and I frame this as equation 1. Integrate both sides of equation 1. Integral dN by n is equal to integral minus lambda dt. I am just integrating both sides of equation 1. So integral dN by n equals integral minus lambda dt. What is integral dN by n? Log en. ಓದಿದ್ವಲ್ವಾ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯುಲಾ? Integral dx by x is log ex. From that formula, integral dN by n is log en of, minus comes outside the integral symbol, constant lambda comes outside the integral symbol. Integral dt is nothing but t plus capital C, where capital C is integration constant, and this is framed as equation 2. So, integral dn by n is log en equals minus outside the integration symbol, constant lambda outside the integration symbol, integral dt is t plus c, where c is integration constant. Now, my question is, when n becomes equal to n naught, when will the number of atoms remaining become equal to initial number of atoms? Only when time t is equal to 0. N equals n naught if time t is equal to 0. Therefore, equation 2 becomes log E n naught. N is replaced by n naught. This term vanishes because t is equal to 0. That becomes equal to c. So, here I am getting the value of integration constant. How? Under the assumption n equals n naught when time t is equal to 0. So, log E n naught is equal to c. Substituting the value of c in equation 2, log En equals minus lambda t plus log E n naught. Log E n by n naught is minus lambda t. Now observe carefully. Left hand side is a logarithmic function. I want to eliminate the log on the left hand side. What will I do? I will introduce exponential on the right hand side. Nenpitkoli, in order to eliminate a log function, I will introduce exponential on the other side. So this log is gone, n by n naught. Now there is an exponential e to the power minus lambda t, or n equals n naught e to the power minus lambda t, and this is the mathematical form of radioactive decay law. N by n naught equals e to the power minus lambda t, or n equals n naught e to the power minus lambda t, and the graph explicitly shows the variation of decay law. Now, the next thing that I try to understand here is the definition of decay constant. In the previous derivation, I introduced a constant lambda. I called it as the decay constant. But what actually is the meaning of that? Can I give a proper physical definition to decay constant? Yes, this is what is decay constant. Again, from radioactive decay law, n equals n naught e to the power minus lambda t. Now, Suppose T becomes 1 by lambda. Assumption, if T equals 1 by lambda, ಇಲ್ಲಿ T ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ ಅದ್ರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ 1 by lambda ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So instead of T I put 1 divided by lambda. Lambda and lambda cancels. N equals n naught e to the power minus 1. E to the power minus 1 na 1 by e n naught ant bariಬಹುದಾ? Yes. See, value of T is nothing but 1 by lambda. So instead of T, this T, I have substituted 1 divided by lambda. Lambda and lambda is getting cancelled. E to the power minus 1 or 1 by e. Now therefore, what is this decay constant? It is nothing but the reciprocal of time. Please to understand, decay constant is the reciprocal of time during which what is happening in that time interval? The number of atoms reduces to 1 by e times the initial number of atoms. If I consider lambda is 1 by t, during that time interval, n is becoming 1 by e times n naught, which means it is the reciprocal of time during which the number of atoms reduces to 1 by e times the initial number of atoms, and that is what is called decay constant. Decay constant, reciprocal of time. What happens there? Number of atoms reduces to 1 by e times the initial number of atoms. Next one. This is a very small assignment I am giving you all. I want you all to refer this and write definition of half-life and expression for half-life. Please to refer to this derivation. Next, mean life. One mark question, something called as mean life. Now try to understand. For example, I have a sample of uranium-235, a radioactive sample, uranium-235. Understand, students, here all 235 atoms will not disintegrate at the same time. Very beautiful. If you consider uranium-235, all 235 atoms in the sample will not decay or disintegrate at the same time. Some of the atoms may have a short span of life. Some of the atoms may have long lifespan. Then how do I come to know the actual age of the sample by defining something called mean life. So what is mean life? Average life. Naturally, it is the ratio of the sum of the life of all individual atoms. I add the sum of the lives of all individual atoms to the number of atoms present in the sample. So we say tau, which is the sum of lives of all atoms divided by total number of atoms, and this is how I define mean life. Ratio of what? The sum of the lives of all the atoms in the sample divided by the total number of atoms. Therefore, we say tau is 1 by lambda. What is lambda? Decay constant. Examally, always they ask this relationship between half-life and mean life. Please to understand, for 1 mark, this is a very important question. Now the expression for half-life, T half equals 0.693 divided by lambda. T half-life equals 0.693 divided by lambda. But what is 1 by lambda? Tau. So T half is 0.693. 1 by lambda is tau, and this is the relation between half-life and mean life. So half-life is 0.693 into mean life, a classical relation. So what is mean life? The sum of the lives of all the atoms in the sample divided by total number of atoms in the sample. How is it related to half-life? Half-life is 0.693 into mean life. And the last thing that we studied today is something called activity. No quantum physics. Yenide activity andre? The activity of a radioactive sample is the number of disintegrations per second. In 1 second, how many atoms decay? In 1 second, how many atoms disintegrate? That is what is called activity, and activity A is always equal to lambda n. The SI unit of activity is becquerel. Please to understand, very important 1 mark question. Sumar sari kelidare. Mention the SI unit of activity, and it is becquerel. Now what is becquerel? The activity of a sample is 1 becquerel if there is 1 disintegration per second. When do you say the activity is 1 becquerel? If one atom decays per second, one atom disintegrates per second, then the activity is becquerel. But the commonly used unit is Curie. But that is not the SI. Again, keep in mind, the SI unit of activity is becquerel. Now, the activity of a sample is 1 Curie if there are 3.7 into 10 power 10 disintegrations per second. Activity is 1 Curie if there are 3.7 into 10 power 10 disintegration. 1 becquerel if there is 1 disintegration. SI unit becquerel. So in today's class, students, we understood radioactive decay law, the mathematical form of it. We understood decay constant. We understood the concepts of half-life and mean life, and finished with something called activity. And in tomorrow's session, we will finish up the chapter by understanding nuclear reactions. Until then, have a fine time. Thank you.